What's happening, boys and girls? I am the Anthrometal. Welcome back to Today in Gaming. I hope you had a terrific weekend, and I hope you are having a marvelous Monday. I've been away for a little while, if you haven't noticed. Pretty much last half of last week, I was just running around with my head cut off and like doing a bunch of other things, and then I went on vacation for a little bit, which is why I am pretty pink right now. Caught some fish. It was a good time. So, because I missed a bunch of news, I had a little bit to catch up on. Luckily, unluckily, whatever kind of side you want to take there. Luckily in the fact that there's not too much work I have to do, but unluckily in that it's just kind of like, in terms of gaming news, there wasn't a lot, but there was a decent amount. I am going to kind of limit everything to just what today and some of the biggest headlines that I can find. So, just if there's anything I missed, please let me know about it if you want me to cover it, and I will definitely go back and take a look and see what I can find out about it. Then this weekend we did have San Diego Comic-Con. Not a lot of gaming news, a lot of movie trailers, and I'm going to try and steer more away from the kind of nerdy stuff because there's plenty of other websites that already do that. And I highly advise you go check them out because a lot of them are really cool, really funny, unless it really pertains to video games like Castlevania and etc., stuff like that. So then we also had Pokemon Go Fest, which we will get to, so don't worry. And first thing I want to talk about, though, is on Friday of last week, the Super Nintendo Classic went on sale on pre-order here in the States at Walmart. Well, from Walmart, and promptly sold out. That is the only place we've heard from pre-orders thus far. Nobody else has really kind of broken the dam on that yet. So we're still waiting, still kind of keeping our eyes peeled on anything further. So I got, I'm talking to people all different stores, and nobody's really been able to tell me anything. So just be on the lookout for anything. If you do see anything, let us know, let the community know, and we'll, hopefully we can be the first ones to jump on stuff like that. So, moving on, the next story we want to talk about is the aforementioned Pokemon Go Fest that Niantic put on this weekend, and it was a unmitigated disaster. Connection issues plagued the festival from start to finish. People couldn't play. People traveled from all around, probably maybe the world. And it was awful. The CEO at one point got up on stage, was talking about it, giving his presentation. People were booing him, chanting, "We can't play!" And in the midst of all this, they did unveil legendary raids and stuff like that, so you can go out and catch Articuno and stuff like that. And apparently people have been having some luck with that as of now, of course not during the event itself. So it kind of sucks, and Niantic has come out and said they are horrified from what happened. Obviously from a first-time event that people went to, and first time event being thrown, there's always going to be technical difficulties, technical issues, so it's kind of, these are growing pains, but to the level that they happen is just, it wasn't Fire Festival, don't get me wrong, look that up if you don't know what it is, awesome read, but it was still pretty bad to some of those standards, so hopefully they get that figured out moving forward, and we can enjoy some more Pokemon Go mobile nonsense in the future. Give me my AR already. So, next story we want to talk about is the game Dying Light. You remember that one? The guys, it's made by Techland, the guys that made the Dead Island series, but it was like a free-running zombie game with a day and night cycle, and the night cycle went crazy and stuff like that. They are still making DLC for it. Techland came out today and said, hey, our community is still 500,000 people strong. We're going to get 10 free DLCs dropping this year, or something like in the next year or something like that. What those packs will contain, don't really know, but this is awesome to see. I love seeing developers just giving out to a community like this. Be like, hey guys, y'all are still with us. I think that game came out in 2014, so 3 years down the road, for them to still be supporting a game like that and being like, you know what, this is free. Here you go. A lot of people have kind of written off, haven't really talked about in a long time. It was a great game too. It had a lot of really interesting concepts and a lot of fun stuff with it too. It was like Mirror's Edge plus Dead Island. And I mean, I still got to go finish it, honestly. But it's a really fun game. You can probably find a copy for cheap now and go pick it up. Even the enhanced edition, which is like their ultimate edition or whatever, has all the DLC and stuff. And I mean, you're gonna get more free DLC and stuff like that. So kudos to Techland, and I can't wait to see what they pump out in the future. And I'm really excited to see the future of the Dying Light franchise and see what else we can do with it going forward. Next thing we're gonna talk about is, hey, this weekend, hopefully you jumped into it. If not, the Destiny 2 open beta is still going on. In fact, Bungie has said that they've extended it till Tuesday, till tomorrow, for everybody to jump in on. And so make sure you check your local times to see when it will be expiring. Usually, if I'm not mistaken, they like to do their like midnight or they do their late night reset. At least here in the States, it was always like at 3 a.m. So it might be someone like Greenwich Mean Time or something like that, or midnight Pacific, or I don't know. I'm just throwing out times and stuff like that. So make sure to check on that if you're interested. I believe the farm was open. I don't know if it still is open or if it isn't open. I saw something about a guy that was like 15 hours in the farm or something like that. Why? I don't know. People get way too into some of these things. So, next thing is, hey, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. Came out for PS4, right? The standalone game. Well, we finally got a release date that is coming out for Xbox One. I don't know why I confused those two things. It's coming out this Friday, July 27th. It came out June 27th for PlayStation 4, a month ago. I've already shared kind of my thoughts on this. This is weird, and especially for a standalone game to have this kind of exclusivity. It was, of course, weird when they did it with Tomb Raider back in the day, but that can somewhat be explained because that was a Microsoft published game, or it was like co-published by Microsoft. So having some form of console exclusivity there made sense. But for something like Call of Duty, which has never had that, I mean, it's only had like DLC exclusivity by like a month or whatever, but not a full game. Like, that's what Call of Duty Modern Warfare is a full game. So, I don't know, it's weird. There isn't even a PC release date yet for that. I don't know what we're getting to these days, so we'll keep you posted. As soon as we get a PC release date, I'll let y'all know. And last but not least, some news on the Switch for you Switchers out there, or whatever you want to call yourselves. The Switch is getting Overcooked, which is the awesome co-op cooking game, which has made a million YouTube videos and a million Twitches and mixers and other streamers and whatnot. And it's a blast. It's really fun. I suggest you check it out. If you do have a Switch, it's coming out later this month or next month, I believe is what they said. Which would make sense because there's only like 1 week left in this month. And, of course, one of the biggest things that came out for Switch is Splatoon 2. It is here, and it is way more Splatoon. I don't own a Switch. I haven't owned a Wii U, so I can't tell you what the first Splatoon was like. It looked really fun. It looked like a blast, and the second one looks like even more of that. So be a squid, be a kid, be a squid, be a kid, y'all. Everything like that. It looks a lot of fun to play. Hopefully, I can get my hands on it at some point, and I can go through it and just see what it is like to be a kid and a squid. Anyways, so that's gonna do it for me today. Is there anything I missed? Do you think there's a story out there I probably should have covered and didn't? I probably missed a lot considering I was out almost all of last week. It's been a week since I made one of these, guys. So, anyways, I'm going to probably retool a couple of things. Maybe not with this, but of course with my actual stream. I'm going to get back into that on a weekly and hopefully a daily basis. At least 3 times a week is what my goal is. May not happen right off the bat, but just stay tuned. I don't know why I'm shaking my pen like this, and it's starting to frustrate me. So, I will see y'all tomorrow. And again, I'm the Anthem Metal, and this was Today in Gaming. Peace out, y'all.